everyone, and welcome back. So every summer, New Yorkers look forward to the City Parks Foundation annual Summer Stage outdoor event. Well, this year, due to COVID-19, the City Parks Foundation launched its virtual digital series, Capital One City Parks Foundation Summer Stage Anywhere. The virtual series highlights diverse performers and allows people from all over the world to tune in into the performance. And joining us to tell us more, we welcome City Parks Foundation Summer Stage Anywhere Artistic Director, Erica Elliott. Hello, Erica.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Well, thank you for being here with us. I know this is quite the shift based on your usual annual commitments. So let's talk about how this all even came into play. I mean, normally, all of us, including myself, would be out there in Central Park listening to this in live amid thousands of people. I can't imagine what kind of whirlwind you guys went through to convert this to a digitized festival.
Right. Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone, ourselves as an organization and us as individuals, have had to do a lot of pivoting and reimagining. But, you know, I'm very, very proud. My team took a huge leap into the digital content creation space, and really with the intent to continue to provide what we do, which is joy and content and some levity and some context to the importance of arts and artists by presenting it now in a digital space. So it's been really tough just, learning how to do that. And it's a very different way of working than bringing concerts to life in real life. But it does give us the silver lining of being able to put it out to a larger world. And we've had viewers from around the world tune in. And also to really elevate and uplift and amplify the stories that are really true to who we are. And we're very about being about New York and all the different communities we serve. You know, the Bronx is where I live, so I'm always looking to amplify those stories. And particularly in this moment where things really need to be brought to light, it's given us a platform to really celebrate the important stories that aren't often told and giving them a voice.
Yeah, no, and what's good is that a lot of the content that's curated, depending on which summer stage you go to, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and how you converted that into in people being able to identify like what they're looking at, is that because New York is like the Mecca capital of mix of it's a mosaic of all types of walks of life and culture and language and styles and folklore and all of that. And I can imagine the kind of response you've been receiving worldwide based on it being representational of New York, yet of subcultures.
Right. I mean, I think obviously within COVID and this moment of pandemic, there were a lot of eyes on New York to begin with, and a lot of really devastating and traumatic events on the health level, and then certainly on the social justice level that really were being amplified, with New York at the center of a lot of those conversations. So I think a light was on us already. But I will say, as a festival, what's important to us is and was in this moment to really convey the uniqueness of who we are in a cultural space, and we are rooted in New York. So we wanted whatever we put out there to really be representative of the communities that we serve, because our work is really rooted in community, and we are very specific about the neighborhoods that we present in, because we want to celebrate the stories of not just Manhattan, but all of the 5 boroughs.
Right.
And so, you know, I think that's been a really great thing to be able to do in this moment, to really show the unique cultural depth of New Yorkers and the variety of genres and styles, from dance to indie rock to hip hop, that are really uniquely New York, and that we felt like were a big part of our story and our base, and where we always draw from, and that we wanted to celebrate those stories.
Right. Let's not forget salsa too.
Well, of course. I mean, yes. And global and Latin and jazz. I mean, if you look at the choices we made, we leaned into the genres that really are core to who we are. And we identified those to be dance, We have a great dance curator who always is really thoughtful about what and whom she puts on the stage. We have a long and 30+ year history of being a global presenter and bringing artists from around the world. And of course, we're a global city, so that speaks to all the various communities that are here. Latin music is New York music, and whether you're talking about salsa or you're talking about bachata or you're talking about indie rock in Espanol, like this is a Latin city in many ways. Indie rock and jazz, and of course my favorite hip hop, you know, from the Bronx. So we tried to really be true to who we are, and what we are is a New York festival. So we had to highlight all of those genres that are really about New York.
All right, before we go, let's give the details. When did the festival kick off, right? Because normally we would be out there.
Right.
In the physical space, and so I want to know when it kicked off, when does it end, and what does it look like now being in a virtual space? Like, can people go, okay, this is the Bronx summer stage, this is the Manhattan summer stage, or is it just one summer stage anytime?
Well, it's all summer stage anywhere. So, I mean, start there. And what I would say is, if you're not already following us on social, I mean, a lot of the promotion and sort of information about the series is there. So follow us on all our socials, you know, Instagram and Facebook in particular, but also tune in. So you can tune in real time and watch live in the moment broadcasts. And we haven't curated them to boroughs, but we've leaned in again to the genres and the sort of disciplines that really we see as core to our festival. But on any given night, you know, one night you're catching jazz, the next night it might be hip hop, the next night it might be dance. So you can tune in on our socials, but really for any of this, you can always just go to our YouTube channel. Everything is archived there. So if you missed something or you wanted to watch it again, because frankly, some of the conversations that we're having are really, really deep dive cultural talks. And so you're getting a perspective that you may never have of an artist. And those you might want to watch again or share with friends. So socials, check our website. And we started, to your question, we started in June. And we'll be doing things really through the fall and into the next year. So lots to already look at there, and certainly lots more to tune into, you know.
Yeah. And so before we go, really quickly, there's workshops being offered this time around as well.
Yeah, well, actually, we do workshops. In fact, we run a series that is arts intensive for young people that typically happens, you know, in summer camps. But of course, that's not happening. So we actually, I'd love to call out to that question. We've got our family day this weekend.
Nice.
So this Sunday is, you know, we typically have a big family day in Central Park, but of course we can't be in Central Park. So I'm thrilled. We've got Black Violin, who's an amazing classical duo who will be headlining. We have an Afrobeat dance workshop that's aimed for all ages, you know, kids to parents, and we'll be showcasing some excerpts from our marionette theater in Central Park. So if you know, love puppetry or you marionette theater, so every hour on Sunday, if you've got a family or you're just a kid at heart, you can tune in and see some great things, including, to your point, a workshop for African dance.
Nice. And so you said every hour, but what hour does it begin?
Starting, I think, as early as 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yep, every hour through
from
3.
there until
3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock. You're going to see Black Violin debut on Summer Stage Anywhere. Again, we would have loved to have had them in the park, but we're thrilled. They're amazing. Everyone should want to see them. They're great.
Awesome. Thank you. And that's to be in the experience live, because they can always experience it afterwards, because that's the whole idea of it being Summer Stage Anywhere, anytime too, I should say.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks so
Erica.
much. Yes.
All
tune in and see you soon, and be well. Thanks so much.
You too. All right. Once again, you guys, for the most up-to-date scheduling and lineup information for Capital One City Parks Foundation Summer Stage Anywhere, you can visit summerstageanywhere.org. All right. Don't go anywhere. Bobby C's weekly sports roundup is coming up next.